If you were in an elevator with your friends and somebody asked, "What's the most interesting fact about psychological trauma to you?" what would you say? My name's Leo, licensed mental health counselor. I've been practicing trauma-informed work for several years, and for me, I wouldn't say that trauma changes your brain. Although that's crucially important to understand, because trauma does reshape how your nervous system responds to stress and how you think about yourself. After all, we're talking about a trauma that also disrupts your story. Your memory becomes fragmented, your sense of identity becomes broken. You might even feel like your life no longer makes sense. That's why some of the more effective trauma work begins with rebuilding your personal narrative, because telling the story on your terms helps restore clarity, coherence, and hope. Still not sure what the most interesting fact could be? I'll give you a hint. This thing we do instinctively after a traumatic event is exactly what deepens our wounds and keeps our trauma alive. Now, we all know that insight alone isn't enough to heal. You can understand your trauma, name it, even talk about it, but if you're experiencing dysregulation and your nervous system doesn't feel safe, the healing will not land. That's why many trauma therapies start with calming the body first before diving into the past. Because intentional regulation lays the groundwork for transformation. And yet, dysregulation isn't the thing that keeps our trauma alive. But I'll finally share what does. And the key word we're looking for is avoidance. Avoiding memories, people, or feelings might help in the short term, but long term, it keeps the trauma alive. You might avoid reminders, places, or even feelings that bring back the pain. It might feel like survival, but research shows that the more we avoid, the more our brain learns to fear. For you see, avoidance tells your nervous system, hey, this is still dangerous. And that keeps your body in a state of threat, even when you're safe. Evidence-based treatments like prolonged exposure and CPT work by helping people gently face what they've been running from. So instead, the brain can learn, I can survive this. So if you were in that elevator, what surprising fact would you say about psychological trauma? Comment below and share what was most insightful for you. If you know someone who has been mulling over trauma treatment for a while, please share this with them. Like and subscribe to my channel for more evidence-based mental health content. And if you've been mulling over how trauma treatment may benefit you, please take this with you to therapy.